Hey everyone! Today's video has been long overdue, and yes, we are going to be looking at some of the styling mistakes that petite women do when choosing their outfits. I'm 5'2" myself, and I am classed in the petite category. If you are somewhere between 4'8" to 5'4", then this video might help you find out why some of the outfits don't just fit quite right. So let's get into it. Please excuse my voice because I have been ill for the past week and my voice is just not the usual me. But it will be fine, I'm getting there. So the first main key major top mistake that petite women do when choosing their outfits is wearing a baggy bottom with a baggy top. It is so extremely comfortable. Boyfriend jeans, wide leg pants and baggy joggers or sweatpants. I know. And I admit, I've done it myself. Of course, it's not that big of a deal if you're doing this at home, but if you are wanting to put an outfit together and go out, then it's probably not the best idea. If you're going out, it's best to choose a more of a baggy or loose bottom with a more of a fitted top. It will look so much more flattering. And if you are someone who has got a bit of a larger bust, then it might be a bit more difficult for you. However, your top doesn't have to be super fitted. So for example, if you've got a top that you like and you want to wear a looser bottom, then you can just tuck your shirt or your t-shirt in and it will be absolutely fine. In this kind of instance, probably a V-neck or a scoop neck would fit you best. Before I get to my next point, I just want to say that I'm not an expert in fashion or anything like that. This video is based on my research, observations and my own opinion. So if you have any feedback and you don't agree with me, just please let me know in the comments below. I would really welcome any of your feedback. Okay, so the second point I wanted to make, and the second kind of mistake that I see a lot of petite women do, is wearing the wrong type of dress. Overall, loose type of dresses, kind of balloon type of dresses, tend to just add volume and expand our already petite figures horizontally. It just adds volume and it doesn't really flatter our figures. It's not that we can't wear these type of dresses, we absolutely can, but in these situations it's probably best to use a belt. If you're choosing a belt, go for a thinner belt rather than a very wide one because it would just cut you off in half. And just try to match a belt color with the color of your dress, or just mix and match the colors so that they kind of complement each other. So that's my top tip, to wear looser dresses. And this leads me nicely to my third point, is watching out for the length of your clothing. Probably one of the biggest mistakes, and yes, I've done it myself multiple times, is that the length of our clothing is just not right for our figure. As petite women need our clothes to fit us right. The best length for dresses for a petite woman would be above the knee or just right at the ankle. If your dress is right at the knees, it will kind of cut you in half and just mess up your proportions, which probably will make you look a bit shorter. And we want to elongate those legs rather than make them look shorter. And the same applies to skirts, so anything that ends between the top of your thigh and the knee but above the knee would be ideal. Similarly, shorts, if they are above the knee, is probably the best. For tops and jackets, probably the best length would be between your belly button and your hip bone, and that's excluding cropped tops and jackets. For those, it would be ideal if they ended just above the belly button or at the belly button. If you're shopping for a crop top, for a crop jacket at a regular section, then it's probably going to be a bit too long for you, because normally for regular size height women, they tend to be a bit longer, but if you're shopping at petite section, then it should be okay, and my experience shows that it normally is. And finally, if we look at the sleeve length for tops and jackets, what would make your arms look longer is if you choose 3/4 length sleeves. It just creates that illusion that your arms are too long for your sleeves, if that makes sense. Are you a platform or chunky shoe lover? I absolutely love how they look like on other women, and they look so comfortable so that you can just put them on and go anywhere. Unfortunately, chunky shoes and platform shoes and kind of even chunky heel shoes don't really work for us petite women. They make our feet look heavy, and when we walk it just looks like we're dragging our feet along, and it just doesn't do us any favors at all. The best option instead would be to go for pointed toe heels or pointed toe flats, and if you don't like pointed toe, it just could be normal flats. Nude color is really probably the best to elongate your legs, but if you match your shoes to your trousers, pants, jeans, then it could work really well as well. Finally, I wanted to touch on a point where us petite women buy our clothes. I know that many petite women feel uncomfortable going to buy clothes in the junior section and even in the petite section. But there's absolutely no shame in finding what works for you. I've bought clothes in junior children's section and multiple times myself, and yes, it is a bit awkward, but have you seen a tall girl buying clothes in the regular section and these clothes don't fit her because they're too small? Well, no. That's why there's just no shame finding what works for us. So why would we compromise our looks and how confident we feel by just not shopping for the right clothes? Petite fashion and petite ranges in different kind of shops is growing, so we have more and more choice for petite wear, and I absolutely love that. Even personal styling companies now include petite ranges, and that's absolutely fantastic. I know that there is Short Story in the US, and at the moment they're not available in the UK, but hopefully they will be soon because I would love to try them. Some of the other shops that offer fabulous petite ranges is River Island, ASOS, H&M, Topshop, Misguided, and there are loads more. And finally, I have got a bonus tip. Actually, I have been guilty of doing this mistake myself and wearing kind of puffy jackets, puffy sleeves, balloon sleeves. I think it's just looks so cool, so fashionable, like it's just something that you want to try. But for us petite women, wearing anything kind of that is adding volume to our top part of the body is just not really working. It makes our frame look shorter, so a tip would be to try and avoid balloon sleeves or puffy sleeves, anything that's adding a lot of volume to the top. It would be better to use light fabrics, and if you're choosing a top, just tuck your top in and it will look absolutely amazing. We don't need those fancy balloon sleeves. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you got some useful tips from this video, and don't forget to click that subscribe button, give me a like, and leave me a comment below if you agree, disagree, you know, what sort of tips you've been using, and maybe you can teach me something. Thanks again for watching, and I see you next week.